Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Save File with me, Dinosaur. Uh, I've been thinking about bringing back the music reactions along with the Let's Plays, and this is my channel, and no, very few people watch it, so I can pretty much do whatever I want with it. So I decided to ask for some recommendations from a music website that I frequent and have been a member of for since I was a senior in high school, so 13 years now. Shout out to Sputnik Music, which is still alive somehow. And I got a bunch of recommendations, and I'm going to listen to them and see how it goes. Now, I told everyone I was open to everything, and I'm just going to go and order down the list and upload these as I do them. So this song was recommended to me by user Cassavir, and this song is the title track from the album Mind Tracing the Going Down. Mind Tracing the Going Down by Plaid Retina. Came out in '91. He told me it's a post-hardcore song, which is a genre that I enjoy, and I don't know anything about it. I'm doing very little research into any of these, which people seem to get frustrated about, but going in clean is the best way, in my opinion, to react to something new that you haven't heard before. So if I come off as uneducated, it's because I am, and feel free to yell at me. People like to do that on the internet too, but here I am, and I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna try not to pause too much in the middle of the song, give my thoughts afterwards, but if there's moments that stick out to me, I will be pausing it at some points. It's also a 9 minute long song, almost 10. So we're about 3 minutes in, and it sounds almost. I get kind of a Primus vibe from it. the bass is very prominent and is what seems to be leading the song. And there's kind of like an atonal thing going on. It sounds weird, but if you watch my channel, I'm playing a game called Breath of Fire 2, and this sounds like it could fit in as like a dungeon song, which is not necessarily a bad thing because I think a lot of video game music is actually really good. But this seems, and again, I'm only 3 minutes in. I feel like it's at some point it's gonna have to kick into another gear, and I think it's going to, but there's only one way to find out, right? many frets do they have left? How do they do that? Jeez. There's just gonna be noise for the rest of the track. There's like a minute left. Okay, it's just fading out at this point. So again, the biggest vibe I got from that is it seemed very, very similar to Primus. And the same problems that I have with Primus are the same problems I have here, which again, it's not a bad song, but it feels kind of aimless, and I think the long length didn't do a lot to help that. I mean, clearly they know what they're doing, but they just kind of have those random breaks where it felt jammy, which is not necessarily a bad thing at all, but the I just feel like it went on too long. I feel like this is a song that would have benefited from being perhaps like 3 minutes shorter than it was. A lot of the sections were repeating, which, that's a typical thing in any song, but I feel like not a lot happened for how long the song was. That moment where, like I said, it was clever. The lyrics said going down, and you could hear the notes dropping. You could hear it going down. That went on for a surprisingly long amount of time. I'm surprised that they started off that high and were able to go that low. I wonder how many frets they had to do that, or what key the song was in. But I don't think it was a bad song. It's not something I could see myself returning to. And again, it came out in 91, so the production value was pretty good for the time, but I feel like it lacked a lot of punch, or the guitar did at least. For a majority of the song, you heard that it had that kind of more twangy sound, a much more clean tone. But when the distortion kicked in, it still didn't really have the punch that I would have wanted. And I don't know if that was intentional or if it's just a sign of when the song came out and that was how the production worked back then, or if it's just they decided not to do it. I don't know. But it was pretty good. Rating this out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 6. 5 is average. 5 is like pretty, good. Nothing wrong with it, but nothing that I find particularly stellar. So 6 out of 10, I'd probably say. I don't see myself returning to this, but it wasn't bad either. It's just not something that I'm personally that into. But this was for, oh crap, who recommended this one? Cassavir? Let me double check that again. Yeah, and I'll put this up on the website. Everyone go check out SputnikMusic.com and look up some music and have a good time. And I think that'll probably do it for this video. As always, I just ask that you please be kind in general to others, to yourself, to me if you feel like it. Because the world sucks, and kindness goes a long way. I will see you in the next video.